How you doing, everybody? It's Wednesday, Acquittal Day. That's right, folks. In a little while later on this afternoon, President Trump will be acquitted for the bullshit impeachment charges brought against him. And that's what I'm going to talk about, the impeachment. Not in the sense that you'd think, because I already did a video a while back about the nonsense of the impeachment. What I'm going to talk about today is the reason for this impeachment. And let's step back in time to 2016, election night, early November, when it was announced that Trump was now president and Hillary Clinton wasn't. That is the start of this impeachment trial. That was the day that they announced that he won the election was when this impeachment started. And why, you might ask? Because the Snowflakes, as we saw crying after the election and having to retreat to their safe place, felt that they were disenfranchised. They were cheated because they were sold Hillary's going to be president, and we can have all feminist things, and everything's going to be lollipops and rainbows, and you lost, and that was what happened. That triggered this whole thing, okay? And it's all because, I'm not going to blame you, Snowflake. I'm not going to blame you. All right, so easy. You don't have to cry. You don't have to get your blanket and cuddle up in the corner. It's not your fault. Don't you like hearing that? Sometimes it's not your fault because you're used to hearing that anyway. It's not your fault. It's your parents' fault. Your parents are the ones who raised you, thinking that everybody gets a trophy. All right? That was part of, everybody... You did great, honey. Don't worry. Don't worry if you really sucked at that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault the other kid's better at that sport. That kid does better on tests. Don't worry about it. You should have the same as him or her. All right? You were sold lies by your parents, and now you're paying for it. These are the consequences from a generation being raised by parents that taught kids this. I, on the other hand, was not raised that way, and I did not raise my kids that way. A matter of fact, to give you a little example, I used to coach my kids pee-wee football. And at that level, they had a thing that, don't keep score, because we don't want the kids to feel bad if they lose. Did they realize they were saying this to me? So I'm on a coaching staff. We're playing a football game, like a scrimmage type game, and we're clearly getting our ass kicked. Our kids were not that great, obviously. So I got this little kid comes up to me, hey coach, all excited, are we winning? I'm like, are you watching the same game that I'm watching? Because no, we're not winning, not at all. And I can only hope, it sounds harsh, I can hope when that kid gets older he'll remember something like that, like, oh wow, like, you know what, maybe at least that guy was being honest, my coach was being honest with me about that, and I need to work harder. All right? Because bottom line is, if you tell your kid, oh yeah, don't worry about it, everything's good, we got the same score, we're all even. No, that's not it. Because now, if they know they're losing, when we go to practice, we tell them, you're lost. Don't you want to win? Don't you want to get that feeling of what it's like to win? So you go in, you practice hard, you work hard, you put the time in, and then when you win, it means that much more. And folks, that's real life. So you get a group of this whole generation that's grown up like that, and then they go into the real world, and what happens is they can finally vote now, and when they vote and they don't get their way, they cry. Look at these colleges. They have to have support animals. They canceled final exams. They had counselors come in. They had safe places. Are you kidding me? What the hell is up with this? You need a safe place because you didn't get your way. All right? So that's what I'm talking about here, folks. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm talking about with this whole impeachment thing. And until this gets corrected, and we have some parents that actually raise their kids the right way, all right, and let them know that, failure, it happens. It's not a bad thing. Failing is a learning experience, because if you fail at something, chances are, if you practice at it, you're not going to fail at it again. Just like on a test, if you get a question wrong and you go over it and you learn from it, the next time you have to take that, you see that same question, you're going to get it right. It's a learning experience. Why is that such a difficult concept? I don't understand. And parents, stop telling your kids Whatever you want to be in life, you can be. That's not the truth, and you know it. You know that's not true. Some kids are going to excel and do well in certain areas in their life. Okay? That's going to happen. But don't be telling your kid that they're going to be like, I don't know, the next Derek Jeter. I've seen. I had a kid, a friend of mine one time. He had a kid play baseball. He's telling his kid all along, you could be the next Derek Jeter. You could be. Okay, if you're 15 years old and you're not being scouted already, you're not going to be the next friggin' Derek Jeter or whoever your favorite friggin' star baseball player is. You see how hard it is to get into that. So stop telling your kids that they're going to be these superstars, because there's very few that can. Now, I'm not saying don't support your kid and don't teach them, but be honest with them. Just be honest with your friggin' kids, because when you're not and you sell them these bad goods like this, they grow up and be snowflakes. So anyway, that's my rant. If you like it, hit like, share it, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back next Wednesday. I'm going to try not to talk about this bullshit impeachment anymore, because I'm kind of over it. I think most of the country is over it. So till next Wednesday, I'll see you then. Have a great week.